Hello guys, we are live. Very good. Perfect. So let me just double check my settings. This is the second live on the channel. The first one was yesterday, and hopefully the quality is a lot more. It is a lot better for you to enjoy. Okay. Here we go. I think we're ready to go. So today the painting session will be focusing on these guys here, Stormfiends from the Skaven. You can see that I already have started the painting on them. You have effectively NMM sort of here, bronze or something. I went a bit artistic with the placement because just because, you know, it's good sometimes to just do what you want to do. Okay, here I'm at the center. Very good. I hope you can hear me well. But anyways, it can be only better than yesterday. And the skin has been done. The fur, I will darken the fur slightly. And then we will do TMM, true metallic metal, for these parts. And also I think I will start to work on these crystals here. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I will start with the fur. So it's done. So here is an old crappy Games Workshop brush that I have had for how many years? So you see 6 of them. Yes, kind of batch painting, although it's let's say quality painting, 2 squad of 3. Also try to be just more efficient. So for the fur, yes, let me check that. Here we go. So I will darken the fur with 1 pass of this. Let me grab the paint. This, yes, Starship Steel is a very gentle express color from Vallejo, and this way I can not alter it too much, but just slightly. And then the fur, yes, so that's for the fur. That would be for the metallics, and I will wash it with like Starship Steel and the Magnolia Negra. Well, I mean the Black Lotus. So metallic, and then for the here we go. Let's take it at once because I can. It's for the crystals. Yes, I hope you can see here. So this is very desaturated, so maybe I won't use that. I will use this saturated dark green straight on the black base coat, and then that will be the mid color starting from the highlight, the highest light, and this fluo yellow does wonders. So that's the evolution here, mix of AK, Vallejo, and just everything is good, to be honest. I have also some white ink if I need to, the highest of the highest highlights. Okay, so first we'll check my pens, especially the metallics. I mean, maybe you can hear it. The mic is here, a little stone inside, but this is an old paint, and this runs at the time Vallejo had issues with these metallic paints, especially the lightest. They clogged. So, but I still use it because I can. This is a lot better. Still the same era, but you can hear it. Still very liquid. Yes, you see here the separation of the pigments. Let's see if it gets better when I use the vortex mixer. Oh yeah, see something now? It's on the edges. Maybe I'm overcleaning the mixing, but you know, especially metallic paints. Oh yeah, let's call it good. And the rest is all right. Look at that green here. It's a bit of mixing. Let's see how it does. Maybe I've used it too much, and it stays here. You see here it's well mixed anyway. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, good mixing. Always. Yeah, that's better. Still better. A good mixing is always very useful, and you know, I think if you want to get the best from the paint, because it's made of like the pigments and all the additive to make it flow and whatever. This one here, I think this more liquid should pop. Yes. Just do all kind of mixing. Handshake. Let me do that off camera. I don't have room here on my setup. Here we go. All right, let's start with the fur. So my palette is just clean, new one. Changed for today's paint job. Yesterday there was a lot of blue. That's the remnant of yesterday's live. I will start with this paint here. Oh, the brushes. Okay, so here I don't need like a ton of precision, so I will take something that is slightly bigger, and especially this is a synthetic brush from Rosemary. Is that? Yes, Rosemary. Not the greatest, but it's okay for the work I'm about to do here. Okay, again, mixing for this. Then to split pretty quickly. So here we go. Put it on my palette. This needs a good amount because it's pretty weak. It's pretty weak paint. But weak or strong, you know, everything's good because it's just how you learn to use it. So here we go. Let's start. I'm loading my brush, first the water, and then I put some of the water on the tissue, wipe it, and then let's go. Oh, let me add a little bit of background music for myself. Hopefully it won't disrupt the. Let's see. Yeah, just a little something like this. Hope it's cool. Let's go. Yes, a bit darker, just slightly, as per requirement. This is a commission paint job, and so Personally, I think the fur was okay like this, but both slightly darker or as is work for sure. So here I'm painting the fur, just adding a layer of darkness and punch with Starship Steel from Vallejo Express. Easy peasy, to go from this, from this to this. Not drastic, but I was required to do so. So that's a good way. And also the Starship Steel has a lot of blue in it, and so I keep with the blue theme of the other fur. It's not skin, right? This guy, or is it? I don't know. Okay, I thought I had some overflow on the skin. It must be from previous sessions, so it's dry already. Whatever, it's okay. So I have to do the 6 of them. So this is a sort of a batch painting, good quality batch painting, right? It's not like the fastest paint job or whatever, but just to keep the good pace. I think it's done. Yes. Oh, on the legs here. Ooh. So I put my water here. Okay, it will be better for me. Erase the little imperfection here and then continue. Okay. Oh, just one patch here. Okay, one is done. I put it to the right here, like this. Left is to do, right is done. This one then. Oh, it's the exact same, kind of the exact same, and just shoulders, and here one patch in the leg. Yes, indeed. Just like this. Just the same. I think it will be the same on 6 model. Also, that's why it's good to do the batch painting. So I don't forget any places, any spots. I've done it on previous models, and then you notice, oh yes, I have forgotten this one on this first miniature, but the second one, of course, you don't forget. And so prevents just a brain overload, like trying to think about everything. Even just talking while trying to be precise is something. Okay. See, many mistakes. Slight mistakes, but okay, I will still wave it. I think it was here. Clean it up, and that's good. Yeah, oh, here, let's see. So to contrast, once you have applied it, you should not touch it too much. Well, now I will let it dry, just making sure that this area here is, I don't want any stains. That's why I do that. Like this. Hopefully the focus is great. I would hope so. Right. It's not too fluid. Connection is not too fluid, but hopefully I will find ways to make better and better. So guys, stick with me. This is the second live on the channel, so it's just the beginning. Okay. Okay, I'm going to clean up before I do the rest. Cleanup was, yeah, even if there is a mistake, now I cannot see it anymore because the contrast will flow into the recesses. So to be fair, now I cannot see anything, so just go on. Perfect. Okay, this has been done already. Shoulders, and now the face, facial hair. Yes, so the application of contrast can be subtle, quick, and very efficient. Well, contrast, it's how you say that, express from Vallejo. But I think it's thinner than the contrast, which I like better because for what I do here, if the paint is too thick, I will have to thin it down to dilute and blah blah. So here with the express from Vallejo, it's ready to go, which I find a lot more convenient. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so in fact, I will do even better than just picking another one. I will pick the same one, slight different pose. It's this one, I guess. Let me check. Which one? Which one? This is this, and this is that. Oh, so it was the same as the other one. Okay, something like this. 2 out of 4. Let's go. Oh yeah, thanks. Because it's pretty hard to get in there, so that will be good enough. Try not to overdo. Sometimes less is more. Here I cannot really see where it ends, but yeah, I think maybe just a patch like this is what it's supposed to be. And here it's even worse to get down there here. So okay, pretty good. The legs are done. Chests, shoulders. Oh yeah, okay. Big patch here. Ooh. Wow, have you seen that? Maybe not, but you see, I went on the skin, and just like I said, it just flowed to the recess here. Oh, I still wash it because easy to do, and it will be a lot better. But that's how we work on the fur here, just to increase the contrast between the skin and these patches here. We use a bit of contrast. Starship steel from Vallejo to increase from this to this, right? And the contrast will also bring some saturation and vibrancy. So why not? It's pretty good. Because here, color of the skin you see is pretty desaturated. Pretty, in fact, it should be it's a light gray with a bluish notes. something like this. Okay, good enough. This way, nothing. So then just the facial hair, and that will be done here underneath. Yeah, good. Yes, facial here and on the neck. Okay. Cannot remember how this style of beard is called, but like the Dutch or something like this. Pretty fancy Skaven hairstyle. Okay. Let me check something on the camera. Can I just... Oh. Oh, goddamn. Okay. How is it not connected? Let me check, sorry. Okay, we're back. I guess so, right? Yes, we are back. Okay, sorry for that. Just, I want to try to work on the focus. It's terrible. No. Let's see. Let's check. See, I would like to have a better focus on the miniatures, and so I have to play with that. Let me check. Ooh. What is it? Okay. Sorry. Let me do that for a while I... Okay, perfect. Exactly what I want. So I can put my camera back on. Oof. Now let's see. Is it better or is it just the same? I think it helps detect what is in the forefront, if you see what I mean. And so maybe it's better to keep the focus, although it's a bit bizarre. I get you. It's just blurring the background slightly. I have to check this while I'm on camera, so that's maybe too much, but a little bit slightly like this, just to help the camera understand what has to be okay, like this, right? So just to help the camera understand what is in the forefront. So guys, thank you for sticking with me. It's just my second live ever on the channel, testing new tools, just for you to get a better experience. And so it's a little bit of adjustment to do here and there. Yeah, something like this. Let me check. Yeah, I think I did this part, but not did the neck part, not the rest. Okay. Oh, this could work better, maybe. Oh yeah, a lot better. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, let's continue. So we were painting the hair here, facial hair. Yes, don't forget to breathe, because it's easy to hold your breath just like a sniper, to be precise, but then working on a slow breathe in, breathe out will keep you alive while you paint, which is a good idea. Yeah, something like this. Okay, and that will be done. So that's the third one. We have done half, right? Just darkening the fur here to increase the contrast slightly with the rest. Well, let's call it the skin part, so we can differentiate the two using Vallejo. Here we go. Okay, good. And now, so you see it's the same here. You can see it's the same pose here. The right arm is up here and the left arm is down here. So exact same configuration. Have a lot of fur here on the legs. Yeah, maybe it's not as important to go here. I will leave it as is here. Anyway, there will be a glow, green glow coming from the base again. So this is not final because it will be worked on again. Hopefully, just doing the cleanest job so that it helps for the next steps. In fact, you have to be very precise with the contrast-like paint. So I say contrast-like because now I'm using Express from Vallejo, which is kind of the same principle, although they all have their own specificities between the different brands. Because it flows very easily, it would easily just on its own flow on the other parts. So requires quite the precision, and especially here I'm at the step where I don't want to stain the rest, so I cannot load my brush too much, otherwise I'm going to have some stains on the parts around for sure. This is made to flow in the recesses, so yes, it will flow on the model and do that, and so that's something to keep in mind. Here, slight application, because I'm in the center. Yes, when I'm in the center of the patch here, what I have to paint, I load the brush and unload on here, and I stretch the paints to the sides. Of course, you don't want to put your loaded brush on the side. You will make a mess for sure. So the legs are done. Now we have the massive patch on the shoulder. It's good because we only have one on one side. A bit of tension here because you see the skin, how it's immaculate here. We don't want to stain it. Very light touches. Don't forget the breathing. Yes, here we go. Okay. Good enough, you know. It's already been worked on, so even though it doesn't cover, you see like the furthest edges here, it's really dangerous, risky. Hoopla, here we go. Okay. So now I can breathe more because this part here, yeah, okay, you see, is more satisfying because there is less control required in the brush because I have more space to move. So, oof. But because of this pipe, of course, there is always something anyway, you know, always a challenge to adapt to. And every time you see me pulling the brush off the screen, it's because I reload. I reload often because I don't load too much on the brush. So to avoid making a mess. Turning the model around every direction to get the best angle. Yeah. Here. But anyway, if I do stain, if you happen to stain your model like this, let's say you would do stain on the side. I do it for my two current viewers. Thank you for watching. And if you want to see how to correct a stain, so here I will do one like this. It's a big one. I rinse my brush. Right, so here I don't want any stain. I want proper skin here. And I just erase several passes like this with a clean brush. And it will be gone. And so I really advise to work on the stains while they're wet. If you wait for it to dry and want to paint over it, then that's so much more work than required. So here, yeah, it's good enough, really. It's cleaned up, and then, right, just to show you guys something, I don't know. It's a problem for everybody, even for paints. The contrast paints, they dry slower, but even for, I don't know if you use Games Workshop or what, be quick, don't panic, and wipe several times if you need. But it is possible to clean a mistake instead of waiting for it to dry, really, because then you see I have many different tones on the skin here. To find this again would be a piece of work, and so okay, let me focus here because I exactly don't want to stain this, like his nipple area, the torso here. I think I have though. Let me check. There is a little white dot just above the nipple. Not a white dot, but a dark dot. Yeah, it's not going off, so maybe it was from previous painting sessions or whatever. Let it be. I will let it be. Okay. The brush I'm using for this is not the greatest. It's a synthetic. Sorry, English is not my mother tongue, but synthetic brush, and it tends to split. Look at the tip is kind of dreadful. If you see this, it's not thin at all. It's not pointy anymore, and it's rosemary, so it should be pretty good, but still synthetic. So, but because here I don't need that much precision, I'm just and especially I have to spread the paint. You see here, I put my brush in and then I spread, and of course this is killing the tip. So that's why I don't use a finer brush to do this kind of job. Really invest in brushes if you want to paint. Okay, so that's done. Talking, and it's done. A bit slow because this is pretty hard to access, but then facial hair, and that will be our guy. And then that will be the fourth, and we have two left. So you see, it's just about slowly, and then we will do maybe start work on the metallics, like I said, or start to put some light on the warpstone. It's pretty muted tones. There is a contrast between the bluish gray of the skin and the brown of the. Maybe if it's further, you can see it better. I don't know. Okay. Let me check something in the settings. This is no difference. Okay. Yes. Okay. Loading the brush. Okay, I've done this already, but it could be darker here. Ooh, there are some hair here. Very dangerous. It's really not easy to not stain what is. I may have to change brush to do this hair here. You see 1, 2, 3, a few here. Okay. Okay, let's see how to approach these. Well, there is a patch, in fact, so it's all right. Let me check the other one. Okay, so the other one, we had this armor, because this is, oh no, it's the same as this one, yes, right. Okay, same miniature, just not the same arrangement. And so you see the arms. So this guy has armor plate here, that's why we would not see, but okay. This guy hasn't, and so I have to do this patch here. Let me check that all the rest is clean before I start to work on this piece. Of course, it's I don't like it because I see where it starts. Here, I don't see where it ends. But this, I want to keep it white. So I may just have to do like the individual hair. Opla, more paint. Very bad. I will change brush. Okay. So here, synthetic brush. I change for my workhorse, my main brush, I would say, which is natural. Okay, this is rosemary. Rosemary here. Wow. A natural brush here with nice finer tip. And I would reload the paint so I have more, so my brush can glide over the miniature. If it's too dry, it kind of reaps, and you don't get a solid coat. Okay, so here we go. like this. Breathe in, breathe out. Rinse the brush, because I always use some soap when I clean my brush after use to keep the nice tip. You saw here, brush cleaner from the masses. It doesn't do magic, but it really helps. So here are the products that would help. To be fair, I don't know how much it is where you live, but it's worth it because whatever the cost, it's likely you won't finish it in a lifetime. So to be honest, right, just like a paint pot, you really have to go at it. Okay, let's go. Let's go from the side like this. More. Of course, I'm a bit shy here. Even though, like I said, I can clean, but of course, the less work, the better. I would do like this. Yeah, it's too thin. More. So the path was correct, but not enough paint on the brush. Okay. That might be enough, right? Or I will see, but it's pretty clean, so yeah, so we have more definition. I would say here, maybe some more. Here too. Start with the hardest, always. So now I can breathe. Whew, I feel better. And yeah, here the contrast type paints really help because they flow around the recesses. So they would gather at the here the difference we have in surface. And then I just do more passes of the same paint. Should be pretty light because it's on the top area here. So maybe that's enough, you know, just so that you see the hair. But I want to keep this part of the model this light blue-gray like this. So here there is a patch, but I will just ignore that. I will ignore that. I think that's fine enough. Okay. With more. I was waiting for it to dry a little bit, and then I keep going again. Especially with the first pass, I have done more of the edges, and so now I focus more on the just adding some more, but I do it only in the middle section, and so I can. It's not as tense. You see, I just add some more paint in the middle, and it will go in the recesses on its own, sort of. I think that would be enough. That would be enough. I don't want to attract too much attention here anyways. It's not, I don't really like, in fact, these individual hairs, but I don't want to have parts that look unpainted on the miniature. So I'm not a fan of this, but that's how we will do for this. So now I will wash my natural hair brush like this. Here I would not use, I will use soap, like just to show you, because I don't think I'm going to use this brush again soon. So I will show you how I wash the brush. And really, I think it's always nice to when you start painting to have a brush that is. So here we go. That's the brush. I can still use this water because it's already pretty clean. I would change it potentially, but so open it, then that's the brush here, some water. Yes, a good amount of water, and just like this. I want it to go up to there, so that's why I push it here gently, and you see how it. Oh yes, you see here, good. And I can see that the soap is starting to build up on the hair. Now there is you see a kind of a white stuff on it. That's good for the preservation of the tip. Here, in fact, you don't see any. If you have pigments on the brush, you would see here change variation in color. Like if you had blue, that would start to be blue and whatever. But because here I used thin down contrast paint that I already washed, like the brush was pretty clean. But you see here, I washed it once and I have used nothing of this. So just leave it like this. No need to clean this, very clean already. And now I have to sculpt my tip a little bit. And so this, I don't want to wipe too much. In fact, I will let it dry on it, but still just one finger. Wiping the excess slightly and just building the tip. I have too much water, so I wipe it on the tissue. And it's pretty good. Pretty solid tip here. If I do it with two fingers, you know that we end up like a hammer, you know, not the cross hammer, the flat hammer. You do it like this, and you would have like this flat hammer. That's not what you want. That's why I do it with one finger. You see here I have the soap, and I rub it on the soap. But to be fair, here I'm pretty good already. And so next time I use it, I wipe out the excess a bit more. I think too much soap, you know. And then do it again here. Something like this is what I would do. That's pretty nice. Okay, then I put the cap on. Things here. Just be careful when you put the cap on, not to touch the edges. Hopla, and voila. Okay, here we go. So that was maybe like 5 minutes of taking care of the brush, but so that next time when I start, well, I have a brush that will, in fact, work with me and not against me. And so now, back to the crappy brush. You see here the tip, there is nothing I can do because synthetic brush does that, but I don't care for what I do now. Just doing the patches of fur with one pass of this Acero Estelar, yes, Starship Steel, just to increase the contrast between these patches of fur and, let's say, call that the skin. Yeah, this one would be great. I will have the green light here with lightning going down the arm here. That will be a lot of work, but that will look very cool. Yes, let me reload the palette and then start working on the patches of fur. So this is real-time painting. Slow. It is slow. It's slow. It's like maybe 1 hour just to paint the patches of fur on these 6 Stormfiends. Yes, there are 6 of them. Here we go. You can see them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one here. Do them all together. Okay, here we go. I don't dilute the paint like this, just go straight, because it's already a weak paint. And that's what I like with the contrast, not the contrast, Express, which is contrast type from Vallejo. in fact, if it's too strong all the time, you just lose your previous work that you have done. And so that's not always what you want. Sometimes yes, but for me, most of the time, no. Most of the time, I want to tint, just like a glaze. In fact, if you think about it, the glaze paints, they have appeared at Games Workshop maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like so, and they have disappeared. They have not really disappeared. They have reappeared as contrast. So they have worked on the properties. Maybe glazing is only for very advanced paint, well, very advanced, like slightly more advanced people, painters, and while Games Workshop focuses on beginners, getting them into the hobby. So that's why the glaze, I don't know if you remember it, the glaze paints disappeared, but definitely this works very well, like the new contrasts work very well as glazing paints, in fact. And so the contrasts, development of the contrasts for sure has been influenced by the glazing capacities of this range, for sure. This idea, in fact. Okay, so this patch here. Okay. So you see I start in the middle and then I stretch to the sides a little bit. So I don't have a big chunk of paint that will flow to the sides. Okay, like this. Very good. Yeah. So here, increasing the darkness of the patches, you see, I like the black bands here, leather bands, but increasing the darkness of the fur, of course, will reduce the contrast with that. Maybe won't read as well, but that's okay. That's really, this is a minor issue here we have. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Here. Watching for the patches. So the legs are done. Oh, yes, it's done. Here the shoulder. Well, this arm, then the other arm, and then the head. And then we'll have only the last one. So that's good. You see, I put my big drop of paint in the middle, and then I stretch it to the sides. Just to keep it clean. It's not that the mistake is it's just a waste of time. So if you can avoid, you can always repair. But okay, we go, and then at the back. And then I will take a break, just stretch once this is done, and we'll see each other again in next live, where I will have finished the first. So I will do the maybe start the work on the warpstone. Nice music. Or the non-metallic, true metallic metal. This is true metallic. Well, they have a few bits of steel, so oof, yeah, it was hard to get. Okay, then now in the Oopla, sorry, in a frame like this. Yeah, okay. Done. And what is left? Facial hair. Yes, very good. So, step by step, little by little, the work is being done. But it's done on 6 models, so that's the great news. Okay. Yeah, very good. At the other side. Okay. Now to the last one, and then I will take a break. Come back later for another live. I hope you have enjoyed this one. I will try to improve. Let me know if you feel it's a bit blurry. I feel it's a bit blurry, but I don't know if it's me or whatever. I've watched the lens, but maybe because it's just my second live, trying to work on improving the quality. So let me know, guys. The sound, wow, on my first live was dreadful because I was recording directly with my phone. I have my whole microphone set up, still recording with my phone. But yesterday, I'm now using like a software, Cameo something. I think I have lost some quality of the image, which is critical. But please, guys, stick with me. That will get better and better as I solve the problems one by one as I see them appearing. That's new for me. So very thankful that you guys stick with me and give some feedback if you wish, right? If you're like, oh, that is good or not good or whatever, do this, do that. Well, I'm just painting, right? I saw that a comment on Squidmar's video. You guys surely know Squidmar. And I saw some people, he said like, oh, these YouTubers don't show you this in the tutorial, like kind of clickbait title, but that's what you need to attract people's attention. So no problem with that. But in fact, so the conclusion was that yes, YouTubers, they cannot show everything because you see, I don't know what you think. You came here, so it's a live. Maybe it's boring. People don't really click on that. So just to test the theory, I say, hey, let's do lives. Let's see if people like it. I'm painting. This is commission painting. So for me, it's very good to share that too. But yeah, that's the opportunity to see live painting. And the not sexy edited footage where you see beautiful miniatures painted in 12 minutes. That's not how it's done. No, that's not how it's done. Well, I mean, some people would do great, with a very restricted time. But overall, whatever your level is, the more time you spend on the miniature, the better it will look. This is easy equation. Okay, so yeah, just cleaning up the edge here. And that's my last one. Very good. I have the 5 of them here, and that's the last one. Legs are done. This is done. Back and front. This has not been done on this arm here. Okay. So here, darkening the patches of fur with some contrast, like paint. In fact, it's a how to say, it's the express range from Vallejo. Yes. Taking my time just to not waste time after that with the correcting. I really want to have a clean job that I don't have to retouch. Okay. Okay, done. And now the facial hair. And on the top here, maybe too much on the brush here. So if there is too much, of course, there is a risk that it will overflow, just like this, in fact, you see, but I will clean that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now clean up and then the life will be done. Here, you see, need to clean up. Yeah, here we go. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. That was the 6th of this guys painted here, as you can see. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.